Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Thomas Spark. Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the top 5 most important free privacy tools. What do I mean by that? Well, these are the 5 most important tools I think almost every single person out there needs, no matter your specific use cases and profile. There are some tools out there, maybe stuff like VPNs, maybe if you're not torrenting, you don't care about encrypting your traffic, so on and so on. But there are some tools out there that are mandatory, I do think, for almost every single person. And in this video, we're going to be listing out my top 5 ranked tools that are completely free. But before that, guys, if you want to help support the channel, consider clicking on my link in the description down below for Incogni. This is a tool I also think is essential. It's not free, of course, but what it does is save you time. It goes to thousands or more like 200-300 websites out there, and it will remove your information from them so you can't get doxxed. If someone does find your name, they could find your address, your phone number, and all this information. But a service like Incogni will go to those websites, request their removal, save you tons of time in the process, and it's a win-win. So click on my link in the description down below to get this deal, and it'll help support the channel and let me make videos just like this one where I could talk about free unsponsored products. By the way, guys, I'm not sponsored by Incogni in this video. If you don't buy it with my affiliate link, I'll make no money. So no sponsors here on the channel. Anyways, guys, next up, let's go ahead and get into the list. First up, I do think Bitwarden, the ecosystem they have, is by and far the best and most important privacy tool that almost every single person needs. Why is that? Well, it's completely free, a very good model. You can get premium if you want, but most of the stuff isn't necessary. Bitwarden is by and large a very, very trusted and open source private password manager with no data leaks or anything like that. Multi-platform applications are very good. Is the interface quite as good as something out there that is like NordPass? I think NordPass's like interface is a little bit better, GUI is a little bit better, but by and large, Bitwarden is the most trusted, the most free, and widely used password manager that I think almost every single person should use. So very, very solid. Check this one out, guys, if you haven't heard of it already. Next up is Bitwarden 2FA. I think this is one of the best password management 2FA applications. So combined with a strong password 2FA, it will make most of your accounts hard to get into unless the provider itself leaks your password or something like that. But 2FA should protect that. Bitwarden Authenticator is a 2FA app, so it'll give you a code and you can verify your account use when signing in with your secure password from Bitwarden. Basically, one reason I like Bitwarden, it's up to date very often. It's up to date just in February. Some other applications out there like Ente are not quite as up to date sometimes. I think Bitwarden feels a little more up to date to me. I also think the interface looks a little bit better than some of the other ones out there. As you can see, authenticator application, the interface just looks a little scuffed to me personally. This one I think just looks a little bit better. I also like Bitwarden as a company, so I trust them a ton. Whereas Ente is more of a new player, but also if you don't like Bitwarden, you don't like the idea of using the same authentication service as your password manager, well then you could check out Ente Auth. It's also very good and also free. Next up, guys, I would say the third most important tool to use outside of password manager and 2FA is probably this one, Brave. Now, guys, one thing I did want to mention before getting on to Brave, though, Bitwarden also supports passkeys. So lots of times you don't even need 2FA anymore. If since you can use these passkeys with Bitwarden, works very well. But just thought I should mention that as well. So on to Brave though, guys, what it does is it's a built-in default privacy web-friendly application that will let you browse internet websites and stuff like that. It's got some pretty cool features. As you can see, what it looks like using Brave and not. Tons of ads and stuff are blocked natively. Very easy to set up. Doesn't really require much customization at all, and it's free to use. The only thing bad about Brave really is you do see some crypto ads when you launch it, but outside of that, or crypto related ads, just kind of in your main kind of thing. You might even be able to change that. But outside of that, it will turn your experience from, like I said, this from this. So definitely a big improvement. All right, guys, the fourth most important thing I think outside of password manager, 2FA, and a good browser is encrypted email application. So these are all free things, and Tutanota has a pretty good free model as well. I'll put a link for this in the description down below. If you want to help support Tutanota and click on that link, I'll get a small cut back. You'll help support the company. I think it is important to support these email companies. We saw what happened with Skiff. They were pretty much free, just collected as many users as possible after like 2 years, and then just sold the company, made tons of money, and everyone got screwed because those accounts are now shut down. So if you do like Tutanota, consider supporting them, since it is a good company. It's a private email provider that does not collect your data. The fees it charges for the paid plans are very reasonable. The people who work here are very nice and cool. I've talked to them personally in a couple different emails, and overall the vibe from them is just very solid. Overall, if you're someone who's kind of annoyed at Proton for kind of supporting Republicans, you might have seen some of that drama recently. Tutanota is one people are switching to lately, and I really like this one as well. Definitely a very, very solid free option for a more private friendly email service. Lastly, guys, if you're looking to cement your privacy bundle here with the best free tools, I do recommend Signal. Signal is by and large my favorite private messenger to date, and it has been for some years, as you've seen here on the channel before. One reason I like Signal is the PC application is very good. You could link your device to it, but not require your device to be open, like something like SimpleX. Another good thing about Signal is pretty generous with being able to send decently large file sizes, so it's not going to interrupt sending pictures or anything like that. So Signal is definitely a very, very solid, but also easy to use private encrypted messenger that will not kind of inconvenience you, but also give you access to better privacy than something like WhatsApp or Telegram or some of these other services. So it's built in default to be private and very solid, and of course, completely free. So guys, let me know if you think there's something more important than these 5 essential tools: password manager, 2FA, browser, password, encrypted email, and of course, private messaging. I think these are the building blocks to privacy. Like I said, if you want to go even further, you could check out my affiliate, Incogni. This one I think is also very important, probably the most important tool after using some of these free tools, because you don't want someone to dox you and harass you online. Secondarily, of course, you have VPNs, which is very good for people who want to encrypt their internet traffic so your ISP can't spy on you. Of course, always check out the VPN tier list to see my rankings. And guys, if you're interested in checking out even more privacy products, a combination of paid and free, check out this video called 15 Privacy Products I Can't Live Without. This is a deep dive into almost all the best privacy products out there, with my discussion about each one and what they do and why you might like it. So this includes tools as well, hardware and stuff like that. So check that out, guys, and I'll see you in the next video very soon.